Okay, for number 6, it says graph y equals -1/2 absolute value of x minus 3 plus 2. Does it have a maximum or a minimum? Uh, your question might not say graph, it might just say does it have a maximum or a minimum? I know that this answer to this question just based on whether or not the graph is reflected. An absolute value graph looks like a normal V. If it's reflected, then it's upside down. This point is the maximum value on the graph because it's the highest y value on the graph. If it's not reflected, then I have a minimum value because it's the lowest y value on the graph. Just to practice graphing, this tells me that my vertex is at 3, 2. And then I use my slope to help me get the rest of the values. It is reflected, it's a -1/2. That means I go down 1 over 2 on both sides of the graph, or down 1 left 2 and down 1 right 2. And I draw my V. So does the graph have a maximum or a minimum? Looks like it matches this, has a maximum value. If it was not reflected, it would have a minimum value, and that is always the case for absolute value and quadratic. If they are not reflective, it's always a minimum. If they are reflected, it is a maximum.